philanthropist, and I'm here in my sunny kitchen in San Diego. And today I'm going to tell you how to make your own Ladyfingers from scratch, and then I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful Charlotte dessert that's sure to impress all your guests this holiday season. So the first step in making your Ladyfingers is to beat the egg whites. So here I have my stand mixer that I'm going to use to beat the egg whites, but you could just as easily use a hand mixer, or you can beat the egg whites by hand if you have really big muscles. So here I have 3 eggs separated. I'm going to set the yolks aside, and I'm just going to go ahead and add the egg whites straight into the mixer. I'm going to turn the mixer on to high speed, which on the KitchenAid is at about a setting of 8. And I'm going to beat them for about 5 minutes until they form soft peaks. So here we go. I'm going to add in just about 6 tablespoons of sugar gradually. Once this step is finished, your egg whites should hold stiff glossy peaks and should look like this. And your whites in the bowl should look like this. So here I have my 3 reserved egg yolks, and I'm just going to very gently beat those together. And then I'm going to add it directly on top of my egg white mixture. Next I'm going to use my wooden spoon, and I'm going to fold the mixture together gently. It should be really fluffy and a pale golden color like this. Next, I'm going to take 3/4 cup cake flour, and I'm going to just sift it over the egg white and egg yolk mixture. And I'm going to gently fold everything together. When you're all finished, the batter will still be kind of lumpy, but it'll look like this. So the next step is to pipe out your Ladyfingers onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. I usually put a little bit of oil underneath my parchment to help it stick better to the baking sheet. So again, here I have my batter, and I'm going to transfer it into a pastry bag without any tip attached, but you could just as easily pipe out your batter using a Ziploc baggie. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just transfer the batter. Then I'm going to come over to my parchment-lined baking sheet, and I'm going to start piping out Ladyfingers. For this dessert, I'm also going to pipe out some little discs that will form the bottom of our Charlotte dessert. Once you pipe out the Ladyfingers, the next step is to sift the confectioner's sugar over the Ladyfingers. So here you can just tap gently against the sieve, and you want to give them a nice light coating. So after you've sifted the confectioner's sugar, you're going to let it sit for 10 minutes, and then you're going to sift sugar a second time and let them sit for another 5 minutes before putting them into the oven. The Ladyfingers will bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for a total of 15 minutes, and then you're going to cool them first on the baking sheet for 5 minutes, and then you're going to move them from the baking sheet to the cooling rack to cool them the rest of the way. Once they're all finished, you can keep them in an airtight container for 4 days, or you can just eat them, or you can use them for our Charlotte dessert, which we're going to make next. So now we're going to make our beautiful Charlotte dessert. So to make the dessert, you either need a ring mold, or here I used a small springform ring and fitted the inside with a ring of parchment paper. Next you need your Ladyfingers, and then you need fruit curd and whipped cream that we're going to combine together to make a mousse for the filling. So the first step in making the Charlotte is to assemble the Ladyfingers. So here I have the Ladyfinger discs that I piped out earlier, and I'm just going to take one and I'm going to fit it into the bottom of the Charlotte mold, allowing space around the outside to fit the rest of the Ladyfingers so they can stand up. Here I have the rest of the Ladyfingers. I have the tops all aligned, and then I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to cut off the bottoms so that they're all the same height and that they'll be able to stand flat when I put them into the Charlotte mold. And I'm just going to put them in, the flat parts down, to form a border around the disc inside. And then I'm going to go ahead and just make a quick mousse using some whipped cream and also some fruit curd. Here I have some pomegranate curd that I just made yesterday. And then I'm just going to use this to fill the inside of my Charlotte mold. Once you've added all your filling, you can take your Charlotte and put it in the refrigerator overnight. But lucky for us, I made one yesterday. So I'm going to take the rest of my reserved whipped cream and just add that to the top of my Charlotte and just smooth that out. And then I can go ahead and remove the parchment ring and just add some pomegranate seeds on the top. This will also hide any imperfections in your whipped cream. And then I'm going to add a couple of blackberries. And then we're done. And here you have your beautiful Charlotte made with homemade ladyfingers that you can enjoy with your family and friends this holiday season. So for a full recipe, a list of ingredients, and more photos, you can check out my website, cilantropist.com. And I'm the Cilantropist. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers!